Hi everyone, we are very excited to share that today we are going to discuss a new topics that asked the mostly in the interview. So what is the higher order function in the JavaScript? Okay, right? The interviewer asked that question, what is the higher order function in the JavaScript? Okay, so at least you have to, first of all, you have to know about the theoretical knowledge as well as you can explain the higher order function in the basic format. After that, we will know about that what is the inbuilt method of that higher order function. So we will deep dive into that topics and we will understand the things, so how the interviewer going to ask a question and what you need to give the answer. Okay. So first, if you ask the question, what the higher order function, that time you have to give the at least theoretical knowledge. In the theoretical knowledge, a higher order function is a function that takes one more function as an argument. Okay. And the result and return a function as a result. So here are the some example that takes a function as an argument. So let us see what is the example here that take a function as an argument. Okay. So basically that, let's suppose in the VS code, as you can see that we have a function one map and one we have array const number. Okay. And we have another function is square number, and inside the number we are passing some values, right? In the values we are passing some functions and as well as a number. So return as square number. We need to return the square number, right? So in this example, map function take a array and a function. Okay, take a array and a function. As you can see, the square number that have a array. This number is a array that have a data like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and they have the one another function, right? One another function that is then that function is going to apply and return the square number, means whatever the elements have that number, it's going to return. Okay, and after that we have one function, that function map. Inside that array we are passing that array. Okay, and as well as we are passing that anonymous function that we have written here. Okay, so that is I'm going to pass here. Okay, and after that we are storing in the, we have a result variables. That variable is empty right now, but that place we are storing the value. What is storing the value? We are running the each loops, and each loop for I equal to 0, I started from array.length. So array.length means number.length means 5, right? Is it 5 length, right? And result.push function, it's again going to execute the function array I. So we are a function inside the function. This is an anonymous function that inside the function we are passing each and every argument, right? So first of all we are pass here 1, it's going to call here and it's going to execute, and after the executing, this function is going to push the value from in the constant result. Okay, when the execution is done, then it's going to return the output console.number is square number, right? It's going to give the output square number 149 16 25. So this is a higher order function. Basically that function, it's calling to the a function that is a calling inside the anonymous function, and they have the value and they are going to execute. Okay, so this is, so basically if the end point we can tell you higher order function are useful for creating reusable code. Reusable code means you don't need to again and again execute, right? It's the function it's going to execute, right? And if you know about the DSA somehow, so you know about the recursion, right? So this thing is also same thing is going to work here. Okay, so they are commonly used function in the programming. Okay, some of the examples built in here, and we will see about that what is the built-in example. So have you heard that array.maps, array.filters and array.reduce? Okay, so let's see what is the array.filter, array.map and array.reduce. So okay, so basically first of all we need to understand what is the array.map. Okay, so array.map is also built-in higher order function in the JavaScript that's a create a new array with a result of calling provided function on every element on the original array. Okay, so in the syntax for using array.map is as follows. Okay, so let's see this is to our basically that in the basic form of that is not inbuilt. It's we are creating the from the scratch this higher order function, but now we are going to see that higher order function in the built-in higher order function. Okay, so let's jump right built-in higher order function, HOF. Okay, so first one is built-in higher order function. What will be the happen? The first one is the array.map. Okay, so array.map, it's going to map. Okay, so array.map is also for higher order function, and it's a create a new array and result calling through the provided original array. The syntax, we have array.maps, and in the array.map we are going to take example. Okay, after that I'm going to explain how it's going to look. So first I'm going to tell you and that what will the logic here. So we have array.map. So we first need to declare the array. Okay, array equal to 1, 2, 2, 4, 5. Okay, like that we have array. So array.map, we have a callbacks, right? Callbacks, that's I mean we are executing that process and again means return a new function. Okay, every time return a new function where how many times it's going to return whatever we have the array.length, right? So in the array.length we have some current value, we have index, and we have array, and we have argument. Okay, so what is the current value? Okay, if we talk about that current value, so current value is the being a process in the array. Okay, and index means we know that which place in that index. Index means in the array, this is a 0 index, this is a 1 index, this is a 2 index. That is called indexing. Okay, after that we have again that array. That array we are going to proceed, and after that we have the argument, this dot argument. Okay, so now we are going to learn from the actual example. Okay, so leave it this. Okay, so this is actual example. So how it's going to, because we have already declared, so that's why it's going to look not bad. Okay, so let's see. We have a const number. Inside the number we have 5 arguments, right? And after that we have a function. We are declared a variable name is square number, and we are easily doing number.map. Map is a inbuilt functionality of a higher order function. Okay, so map inside the function we are passing that number. Okay, so number means in that place we are as I have discussed that we have indexing, right? We have callback, right? We have a parameter of that array, right? So in that place we are passing that index at the place what is the number. Okay, so it's going to number, and number execute, and it's going to return. So how is going to the simple. Okay, so you can use inbuilt functionality also. If someone asks the higher order function have some inbuilt functionality, if the interviewer asks related to that type of question, so at least you can tell yes, they have the inbuilt functionality like array.map, array.filters, array.reduce. Okay, so basically array.map is the commonly used function programming. It's used for the transforming data in the array. Means in that array, if you want to transform the data in the format of the different, if you want to execute the data, if you want to place the data, let's suppose in that array we have a lot of data. Okay, and we want to add these data. Okay, so we can easily write plus. Okay, if you want to multiply, though we can write multiply, right? So that thing we can do easily here. Okay, so I hope you understand how we can modify that array data, right? Whatever we have the process follow the execution, and we can simply apply that array.map functionality, right? So I hope you get some more point of my okay, so now jump on that next things. Okay, what is the next thing? Okay, so this array.map, I hope so clear, right guys? And now we are going to jump on the topics, that is the array.filters. Okay, so let's take the topics number 2. That is called basically array.filter. Okay, okay, I think so. This is issue from maybe not array.filter, right? So filter condition, we will learn about that how is the filter condition is going to work here. Okay, so array.filter we are going to learn. Okay, how so array.filter is also built-in higher order function. Okay, array.filter is also built-in higher order function that a JavaScript create a new array with the element pass the test of the provided function. Okay, so now here we can see that But array.function, what is going to return a new array with the elements that pass the test implemented, right? It should be the booleans or indicate the weather should be the indicate in the array. So array.filter is the basically, if here that some remember the some things like filters. If filters, that mean you have to give some condition. According to that, we can fit that. Let's suppose and we have a lot of student. Okay, we have a 10 student. Okay, this is example, and we have a 10 student, but I want the pro level of student, means I want some applied some methodology, means I have to apply some method. Okay, who is the going to good student? Okay, so at least we have to filter through the number, that this student have this number, this student have this number, and I have to select this per student. Okay, so in that array, same method is going to happen. Okay, so here let's suppose one is the student is 1, and one is student 2, and one is student 3, one is student 4, and one is student 5. Okay, so in that student we need to know about that which one is student. Let's suppose we have standing the 5 student, and they are standing in the row, and we need to find out which one is standing in the event position and which one is standing in the odd positions. Okay, so what he is doing, so as we know in that we have the whatever the numbers in the array, and we need to divide by 0, divide by 2, and it's going to equal to 0, then we'll know this is sitting on that event positions, right? So like that, this thing happening. So here is the going to modify that array, and it's going to return that whatever that we have the filters condition. So right, so it's going to that also use. Okay, so now we are going to know about that array.reduce. Okay, so array.reduce is going to not return to you array. Basically, array.reduce is going to return to you means it's going to execute method and return a single value, means return a final value of the whatever accumulator after the iterating over all the element in the array. Okay, so we'll see what is going to return. Okay, so our the third is topic name is array.reduce. Okay, array.reduce, it's going to return what? It's going to return a complete value, means is it going to return the final value, means overall all. Let's suppose this array is there, and it is going to iterate the complete array. Okay, these have the accumulator, that's mean previous value. Okay, and these have a current value. Okay, and that's going to return. Okay, let's suppose how it's going to execute sort of. Okay, so basically this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Okay, so first it's going to map. Okay, this is going to iteration going to happens when a loop is going. Okay, and the first value accumulator, so first at the initial point accumulation will be 0, and the current value what will be the happen 1. Okay, so 0 plus 1 is a 1. And okay, so now accumulator happened 1. Okay, after that current value what will be the 2. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, and then right like that is going to process. Okay, so basically the accumulator means here the reduce functionality is going to give the after the iteration complete done by the array, and after going to give the final output. Okay, so I hope in this video you will learn about that how the higher order function is going to work, and what is the method of that higher order function, and what is the inbuilt method of the higher order function. At least if the interviewer asks to you, so at least you can explain the things, right? That we have some basic method of that higher order function as a function, return a new function as an argument. Okay, that is the theory. Okay, we have also explained that how you can make this function. Okay, so as you have seen that how you can make this function, as well as you know about the higher order function, which one we have the array.reduce, array.map, array.filter. So I hope in this video you have clarity about that. If someone is going to ask you to the higher order function, so at least you are able to give the complete response. So thank you so much for watching with this video. If you like this video, subscribe channels and share with your friend and family. Sorry, family, not okay. If in the family the learning someone is coding, you can share with them. Okay, and also you can tag on the LinkedIn and Twitter. So that's all about me. Thank you.